this is a camera, and this. Then it turned to this, then this. Though they differ in look, each of these machines were made to do the same thing: capture moving images. And they all do so pretty well, but differently.
This is the end of the tape.
So the video that all of these cameras takes looks distinct. Now this is a sequence of me that was shot on this, a modern camera, for now. But we can make it look like it was shot on VHS, or old film, or really, really old film.
And voila.
So today we're taking your footage on a tour of film history. But first, an unabridged brief history of the video camera. Technically, the first moving pictures were zoetropes. It was a circular object. When it spun, it looked like it was moving. For the first video camera, called the Iconoscope. Now, you've definitely seen footage of this before. We're talking Chaplin era, we're talking, hand-cranked film. It's all jittery and there's practical effects and it's crazy. The Wild West of filmmaking. Now, they took that idea and then automated the hand-cranking film thing. It wouldn't mess up, it would be more smooth. 24 frames per second. That is black and white film.
As they rush to the first turn, but they've a long way to go.
And this was really the best way to do it until the 1950s when they figured out that they could actually turn this into color. Now these cameras have evolved over time and obviously film is still sometimes preferred by directors, but back then he was crazy and he was in color and the machines were so big. Let's just take this big machine, compress it, and make a handheld film camcorder, the Super 8.
The lighter your burden, the freer you feel.
I want to be able to play back my movie at home in real time, so we made VHS. And now forget all about film, forget about loading cartridges, forget about playback after. Go ahead and take it on your trip to Europe. Just do the whole thing, make a home video. That is your digital camcorder.
For an average cost of $800.
Good, now make it better and more expensive. With better features though. These are the cameras of today. The DSLR and mirrorless cameras, accessible to everyone. Now go ahead and take your trip to Bali and show me your slow motion travel film. Original. You are original. So essentially what we're... Alright, so essentially what we're doing today is we're taking that really good image of the modern camera and turning it into every image of the previous cameras we could talk about before. I've got 5 on the list today. Iconoscope, or super old film. Black and white film, color film, Super 8 handheld, and VHS. I've seen some of you YouTubers out there who are making one video per effect. At CoPilot, we don't mess around. One video, one database. If you ever need to find an effect again, just come back to this video. It's your one-stop shop. First things first, shoot yourself a sequence. Get some reference footage. Get something that you can practice these effects on. Our first effect is the first film, the Iconoscope. Now, if you look at it, it's jittery, it's inconsistent because someone was literally hand cranking the film. We can use that to our advantage. So take your reference footage. Unsaturate that thing so it's black and white and dip the blacks or raise the highlights, however you want. The next step is to use posterized time and change your footage from a 24 frame setting to 16 frames a second. Now it's looking jittery, a little bit laggy, and that's okay. That's actually what we want for this effect. Next, you're gonna add some noise. You can do this in 2 ways. You can download an overlay off of YouTube or some film stock site, or I just put an adjustment layer, 26% noise, black and white. Next. Have you ever seen the Christmas movie, It's a Wonderful Life?
Every time a bell rings, an angel gets...
Moving on, it was just a reference. It's a beautiful movie. Black and white film. Pretty easy to do this effect. Desaturate your image to 0 so that it's black and white. Change the blacks and the whites like I have here or to taste. Just like the last clip, we're gonna add noise on top of that. Now, if you're feeling really spicy, you can go and find an old film grain overlay. There'll be some hairs, some scratches, and that's actually when physical objects got into the film. Set the overlay to screen, and you're chilling. Next. Moving on from black and white to color film. Something that I like to do to simulate this effect is to oversaturate the image. So drag that saturation from 100 to like 120-ish. And then I actually pull down the contrast so that the colors blend a little bit better. To me, that simulates a blooming effect. Play with your curves, add some noise, and maybe some film grain. Boom, you're good. Now, I don't know if you know this, but there are some crazies out there who still shoot on film. It's a hassle, but they claim that it keeps the integrity of the image or whatever. I just don't have the time.
Digital production is the death of cinema as I know it.
I'm just not that talented. We can just simulate the effect. Trust me. That process looks like this. Step 1, find a Super 8 overlay that doesn't suck. Now, this is gonna be tough, but we've given you a download link in the description of this video. Step 2, desaturate, add a ton of contrast. And step 3, find some hippie music, some surf rock, some summer vibes, make an ultra montage. Speaking of. So, this is a popular one, the old VHS dad's filming a home video effect. You want to go to Disney World and relive circa 2006. Your family and the rides and the food and the big turkey legs. And turn it all into VHS style. Easy. You're gonna take your base clip, you're gonna grade it however you want. You're gonna copy it and put it on top of that clip. Move it over 10 pixels. Shift down that opacity. Now on the tone curve of this one, go over to the blue or the red, you can choose, and change it up, mix it up, have a little bit of fun, make a wave, make something weird, simulating that old film Bernie type camera. Now last thing, you're gonna go to YouTube, you're gonna find another overlay. This is gonna be a VHS thing. It's gonna be easy to find. There's hundreds of them. You can have the play button on it. You can have, rolling. You can have time, date, make it 1997 again. Get me out of this century.
You telling me you built a time machine?
Bada boom, bada bing. You've got yourself a VHS effect. Now these days we have some incredible technology. We have modern cameras that do it all for us. So you're probably asking yourself, why would I ruin my footage? And that's like asking an artist, why would they use a different paintbrush? We're adding pieces that grow us as filmmakers. So sometime when you're shooting that music video, you need an effect, you need something to change it up a little bit. You go, hold on, I remember that CoPilot video. Let's do something like that. Let's mix it up. Let's make it great. And most importantly, mixing up your workflow opens your mind creatively. Sometimes you get in that block where you're just filming the same thing, same sequence over and over and over again. Wedding filmmakers, I'm speaking to you. What if all of a sudden, boom, you mix in some Super 8, maybe a little bit of VHS, make it some home video type style, keep it fresh. You're gonna love it. Now listen, I'm happy that you followed along this tutorial. You've had a good time, you've enjoyed the ride. There's just one thing that I'm not very happy about. You just gotta subscribe, all right? Just do it. You did it? It takes a second, just one. Okay, you did it? Good? Done.
Put your mind to it. You can accomplish anything.
Thank you so much. And thank you for watching this video. There's gonna be more tutorials coming. We do a bunch of different stuff here at CoPilot. I hope you enjoyed. If so, please leave a thumbs up, and we'll see you in the next video.